Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? I'm Reverend Tracy Earlywine. I'm so glad that you joined us for our online gathering today. We come together every week and remind ourselves of the magnificence of life. I know that inside each one of us is a heart just bursting with love and creativity and joy, and how good it is to come together, even in this format, to remind ourselves that life is good, that it's all God, and right where we are, Spirit works. So thank you again for coming. And let me tell you that our practitioner today will be Pat Richards. She's joining us, as always, from Harmony Center in Whittier. So glad that she's able to do this with us. She'll be doing our opening invocation and a reading. And at this time, I would like to invite you just to take a deep breath. Maybe close your eyes and allow yourself to become centered right where you are. And we allow the sound of the bowl to take us deep within that heart space. That sanctuary within where we remember that you and I and Spirit are one.
Right here, right now, in this amazing God-filled space, I know that God is. And imagine, if you will, this amazing community. Imagine this community in a huge circle. Every single person, every single member of Claremont Center. And imagine this community feeling all of these words. Take in love, take in light, breathe in the goodness of caring and respect, and know that humility and caring and listening and joy are all part of this community. Words like empathy and joy and oneness and kindness. These are the words that come to my heart this morning when I think of Claremont Center. And taking all those words into this amazing circle, and then open up this amazing circle and feel those words, those kindness, those amazing things that make up this community, these amazing pillars that we all stand on. And let those words out. And let those words shine like rays of the sun out into the world. And feel all those rays light up the world that needs these words, that needs this love and light that are part of this community. And please join me in saying, and so it is. So my reading today is from Facebook 2019. So this is an oldie but a goodie, and I thought really appropriate for today. So it begins with, last night while waiting to board our plane, Carter Jean was being her usual inquisitive self, wanting to meet and say hi to everyone she could, until she walked upon this man. He reached out and asked if she wanted to sit with him. He pulled out his tablet and showed her how to draw with it. They watched cartoons together, and she offered him snacks. This wasn't a short little exchange. This was 45 minutes. Watching them in that moment, I couldn't help but think different genders, different races, different generations, and the best of friends. This is the world I want for her. In a country that is continuously fed, that it is so deeply divided by beliefs, I want her life to be filled with moments like this. Not liberal or conservative, not Republican or Democrat, socialist or capitalist, just human. Joseph from Samson in Oklahoma if this should happen to find you, thank you for showing my daughter what kindness and compassion looks like. Continue to shine your light in the world. Hashtag hate is learned. Hashtag live with purpose. Hashtag be relentless. And so it is.
Thank you. That was just perfect. So today we're talking about love and freedom. This week is Father's Day. Earlier in the week, it was Juneteenth. Earlier this month, it was D-Day, and this month is also Gay Pride Month. These are all holidays that tell the story of love and freedom. D-Day is that celebration of a freedom from tyranny. And Juneteenth, which was the emancipation of the slaves in the South and in the last couple of holdout states 2.5 years after President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, was freedom from slavery, from bondage. Gay Pride Month is a celebration of the choice we have of whom to love, how to love who we're with. And Father's Day, that celebration of the masculinity that is within us all, not just for our fathers who raised us, or those who played the role of mentor or coach, but it's that idea also of how we learn to navigate in the world. Spiritually speaking, the father energy, that father within, is the wisdom, the authority that we carry within ourselves. And when we look at that energy in other traditions, the Japanese warrior is a masculine energy, and the warrior is not about war. It's a matter of balance and integrity, and again, that power that comes only from within, that allows one to move through the world as peace. In the Jewish tradition, the masculine role is to teach the children how to navigate the world by showing them that from that power within, you do the right thing. You keep your word. You follow through. You be of service. And so this part that we all carry is available to us as our inner compass, our guidance, our foundation for taking ourselves out into the world. And when we know how to be fair, how to be of service, how to do the right thing, how to look within for guidance, we're truly free to create a life for ourselves that is our best life, and to do so while still supporting our community, while still being part of the greater whole. Now, I think what happens when we start to move out into the world is that a little bit of maturity has to show up, because I remember being very surprised to find out that other people had different points of view than I did. And when you come up against someone who's different, who thinks differently, who has had different experiences and therefore has a different perspective on something, it could be an opportunity to learn something, or it can feel like a place of division and difference and separation. When Ernest Holmes wrote What We Believe, one of the things that he said for Science of Mind and Spirit is, we believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature. And that goal is sure to be achieved by all. And I don't know about you, but it seems to me right now, it looks a lot like there's more discord than not. And so how do we get there? Somehow we have to move from this sense of divisiveness to being inclusive. How do we get to a place where your point of view and my point of view can find common ground? And I think the key to that is to know what we value. Not what my opinion is about something, but what is the underlying value? Because truth is, all of us want a place of peace. All of us want to feel love and belonging and connectedness. Everyone is looking for justice and a way to live in a free way that allows for creativity and expression and joy. Those are the values that we share. That is the common ground that we build from, that we use to create a world that works for everyone. Now, to do that is not always so simple, right? It causes us to look differently or understand differently what it is that we're looking at. What's the difference between facts and truth? It's not enough for us to walk around saying that the truth is, we're all one and God is love and it's all beautiful and la, la, la. I mean, there are days like that, but it's not always how we feel, right? And it's not always our experience. And that's actually the difference between facts and truth. Facts are the things that we live in through as here, in this world, on this day, in this form. The facts are what has happened to me. I know that happened. It happened to me. I saw that take place. That is a fact. But truth, that peace, that love, that beauty, is also true here, even when our senses don't pick up on it. Because we base our facts on what we see and hear, what we feel, what we smell, what we touch. True enough, but not the whole truth. In Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes gives an example of, it was a fact that through the ages, humans did not use radio frequencies to communicate. But it was the truth that those radio frequencies existed to be used. So the facts, because they are defined by our senses, are limited. Not in that reality is limited. What's limited is our belief in what is possible. We tell ourselves we can't do more than something because of what we're looking at, or because of what we're hearing, or because of what we're experiencing. And yet we've seen how life evolves, and new things are discovered and uncovered, and new ways of being in the world are constantly showing up in and as and through each one of us. So we are called to remember the truth even when we're looking at the facts. Because what we know is that whatever it is that we see in front of us, there is a bigger picture, there is a broader perspective, there's more going on than we can tell in the moment. And that's a good thing. Our job is to learn to see rightly. When Ernest Holmes talked about Jesus saying how we should live in the world, what he said was to see righteously, meaning to see as though Spirit were looking at all of life. All of life. So it's like the difference between you going through the world as you do, and then suddenly you get glasses and you realize how much you weren't seeing and how much more there was to see. And if you look up through your bifocals or trifocals, which most of us have, you look up, you can see far away, you can see the direction you're going in. And when you look down, you're looking at the details, at your own hands, at where you are standing in the world. And we need both to navigate life. We need to be able to look up into the vastness of infinite possibility, and we need to be able to focus on the details of what is in front of us to do right here, right now. We look at the stars and see how much space there is, and then we go to work building the spaceship that will take us there. So we're called. We're called to build our lives from this foundation of values, not opinions. We're called to know and understand our own past so that we might set a direction for peace and justice, set a direction for love and freedom, set a direction of connection and expansion. And then do the work by understanding that we can let go of where we've been and who we've been into something greater, into that infinite possibility of new opportunities. What we teach is that we're not bound by precedent. And I offer that understanding where we come from allows us to make a different choice moving forward. And I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do it with you. I want hands to reach out and hold mine. I want to walk together into something more beautiful, more inclusive, more loving, freedom for all. And I do believe that is possible. I do believe that what we teach shows us exactly how to do that when we begin from our own hearts, begin from our own point of view, and allow ourselves to expand that vista into something greater. We all do this. And when we do it consciously, we choose our direction. And isn't that what we're all looking for? Some place to go together that feels good, that is loving, that is supportive, that hurts no one. When we move on to the common ground that we all share, what we find is a bigger love. And it is that love which truly gives us our freedom. It is that love of self-care and community spirit that allows us to grow into what we're meant to be. So I offer you this story, also from Facebook. A woman writes, "Sometimes I just want it to stop. Talk of COVID, protests, looting, brutality. I lose my way. Become convinced that this new normal is real life. But then I meet an 87-year-old who talks of living through polio, diphtheria, Vietnam protests, and yet is still enchanted with life. He seemed surprised when I said that 2020 must be especially challenging for him. No, he said slowly, looking at me straight in the eyes. I learned a long time ago not to see the world through the printed headlines. I see the world through the people that surround me. I see the world with the realization that we love big. Therefore, I just choose to write my own headlines. Husband loves wife today. Family drops everything to rush to grandma's bedside. He patted my hand. Old man makes new friend. His words collide with my worries, freeing them from the tether I had been holding so tightly. They float away, and I'm left with a renewed spirit, and my headline now reads, Woman overwhelmed by the spirit of kindness and the reminder that our capacity to love is never ending. Namaste. Please join me in a moment of prayer. Taking that deep breath into the center of the heart of our beings. That place where love is. That place where light is. That place where we are connected in the unity of all life. For it is this life of wisdom, of love, of peace, of balance that expresses through and as each one of us, lifting us all into a place where all things are possible. And so I speak my word for this possibility, calling forth that which is asking to come forth now in our society, in our relationships, in our understanding of the world. Looking for welcoming, accepting all of the good that is coming from any seeming chaos. For I know that beneath the confusion of the material world is the peace of spirit, and that within the doubt and fear that I may carry in my own mind, there is the wisdom and the clarity of the one mind. And so allowing this life of expansion, this energy of love, this expression of unity to come through me, I see too it in all others that I meet. I see this light of connection between us always. And as we move through what seem to be dark times, I remember that the light of Spirit always makes clear the path before me. And with this clarity, I give great thanks. For I know that here and now the love and the freedom that is our birthright expresses in ever greater ways. That we are blessed and we are the blessing. That this path we walk together can only move us forward and upward and outward into that greater yet to be. For evolution is the true nature of life. And for this life I say thank you. And I release this word into law. For in the mind of God it is already done. That which I speak with conviction, with faith, as truth, must be acted upon and made manifest. So now, here and now, always, and in every moment forward, life is good, life expresses in ever greater ways, and it is all lifting us all. For we are the very nature that God is, and so it is. All right. Would you join me in saying our affirmation? I will say the line and invite you to repeat it after me from right where you are. Today, I choose to love in all I do. I show up for peace and justice. I speak the language of inclusion. Today, I choose love. And so it is. Wonderful. All right. So our events during the week continue. We have our Wednesday night meditation with practitioner Nisa Burrows at 6:15. It is a conference call, and the number to call and code are in our e-blast or on our website. And following that is Wednesday night Gateway. That is a lovely way to get together and see each other and have a conversation. It's an interactive platform. When you dial in with Zoom, you can call in on your phone or you can use your laptop or phone so that you can see each other. And as always, it's a great presentation and an opportunity to talk about spiritual topics in a way that apply to your own life. So I invite you to do that on Wednesday nights at 7. Thursday nights at 7, we have just a gathering to chat, and we're calling it happy hour, so if you wanted to bring a beverage, you could, but really we just want to get together and, again, see each other, talk. It's a way to connect and to remind ourselves, because I miss you. I miss seeing everybody, and we can't meet in person just yet, so it's just a way to remind each other that we're all still out there, and we all still love each other, and there is a community here that we are a part of. I want to thank our production team for putting this all together every week, our friends from Living Beyond Limits who do sound and camera and offer us this little studio, and to Jeff Harrison for putting it on video for us and getting it out there on YouTube so that you can enjoy it on Sunday mornings. Do know that our previous talks are also out there on YouTube. You can see any of the ones we've been doing the last, how many weeks are we into this now? 12 maybe? So take advantage of that. I want to thank our board for keeping us moving forward and our practitioners for holding the high watch. Remember, too, that you can call those practitioners. They would love to do prayer work with you. During this time when so much is happening and we're not meeting in person, having a friendly voice on the other end of the phone or sending an email to one of our practitioners is a great way to get spiritual support that you can keep with you all the time. Phone numbers and email address are in the e-blast and also on the website, or you can call the church office and leave a prayer request on our phone line. And do take advantage of that. It's a wonderful thing to do for yourself. At this time, I want to say our prosperity affirmation. We would normally say this together in service, and I know that, and I want to thank all of you that are continuing to contribute to support us financially, but let's just say it together, shall we? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. And as I know this to be the truth for me, I know it to be the truth for you and for our community. So thank you all. blessings on the week, and know that you are loved.